This video is in honor of Ray J. I am so proud of you. You probably will never see this video. You don't know me from Adam or whatever. I am so proud of you for finding your voice. You have been bullied by the Kardashians for 10 or 20 years, however long it was since they made that sex tape. You have been bullied, you have been taken advantage of, you have been abused, and you have been defamed. And I don't know why you said nothing all these years. That wasn't right. But now you found your voice, and I am so glad, and I'm so fucking proud of you. You are speaking truth. Just like Johnny Depp. The Kardashians have lied for years about the sex tape. I don't know if you've been following it, but Kim Kardashian rose to fame because her mother pimped her out with a sex tape with Ray J. They each were paid $400,000 for the sex tape, but they made a whole spin that he leaked the sex tape and she was this poor victim, and so many shows about how she was such a victim. Apparently Ray J just was silent because he was kind of like a people pleaser doormat like Johnny Depp, and he allowed himself to be played. And a lot of women didn't trust him. People didn't want to work with him in Hollywood because of his reputation. But he went on Instagram the other day and he posted the contract, and he had just had enough. So I'm very proud of him. And I do not know why people are following the Kardashians. I think I watch them because I'm enchanted with the like, are these people real? Like watching damage unfold before you. Yes. And again, just to remind you guys all that just because a woman wears a lot of makeup and is beautiful on the outside, there can be a lot of evil lurking in there. They're man eaters, they're man destroyers, they're just in there for money and fame, and they have no soul. And that is who America's idolizing. So hopefully they will fall from grace, and hopefully more people will speak out. And this, again, the feminists make it seem like men are all the bad guys, men have done all this abuse. But you know, women are just as abusive. Sometimes they hit men, like Amber did. Sometimes they knife men, like that OnlyFans star in Florida recently, and she's on charge now for first degree. And sometimes they just try to control them and drag their name through the mud like the Kardashians. Women are just as evil as men. Men do not have a monopoly on being evil. And when they say the patriarchy, just remember that the majority of men have no power at all. Just remember that there are a few men at the top who rule the world, okay? The rest of the men are just slaves to the system. Since the 70s, the wages of the American worker have been flat, while their increasing productivity have been siphoned off by capitalism to the shareholders, to the owners of the companies, to the CEOs. Mostly the shareholders. Like, capitalism has siphoned off all their money and they're making less and less and less. So if you want to say that men have all the financial power, a few men do. The majority do not. They're broke. The majority of homeless people are men. So anyway, Ray J, I am so proud of you, and I hope that more men will speak up and find their value and find their voice. So this is for the men. By the way, my mom was a man hater. That's why I decided to go the opposite way. And I don't know how much she influenced me. She said it was because of ways that they've hurt her in previous lives. But that makes no sense, because say that 5 men hurt her and raped her in previous lives. Maybe let's say it was 20. Why hate all men? I think that a lot of women were infiltrated by the feminist movement to hate men, and but you know, women wrong men just as much, and that's what these female man haters don't see, that there are women who are evil. Look at what the Kardashians did to Ray J. They built an entire They dragged him through the mud, show after show after show. And they're still doing it. The mom, Kris Jenner, went on a show last week with a lie detector test where she was asked if she knew about the tape or sold the tape, and she said no, and they're like, yay, you told the truth. It was all a lie. It's all a charade. She's evil. So don't give me this bullshit that men have the patriarchy. By the way, if men have the patriarchy, how come all these feminists can speak out and everyone believes them? Believe all women. It's bullshit. Guys, you cannot... yes, there are men who commit domestic violence, but there are also women who commit domestic violence. There are women who abuse their boys. Maybe they're not hitting their husbands, but they're abusing their boys. It's not any better. You know? So let's just all speak up when people violate our boundaries. Let's not allow it. We don't have to react. Like Ray J didn't do anything bad. He just made a video exposing it. He's like, this is not okay anymore. Here are my receipts. Let's all just say that. It's not okay to berate me. And that's why I have these rules in my comments. But anyway, I wanted to make this about Ray J, and I got off on a bunch of different topics. But the point being that I'm so proud of Ray J for speaking up. You are setting a great example for men. I think Johnny Depp set a good example, and Ray J is setting a good example. Like, I will not be silenced. And you know what inspired them to finally speak up? For both Johnny Depp and Ray J? Their children. They wouldn't do it for themselves, but they did it for their children. So there. They're good fathers. And I'm so proud of him. I'm very moved by the whole thing, actually. I'm very proud of Ray J.